Capricorn, stop scrolling. Something huge is happening between June 10th and June 15th. And it's not a coincidence that you're here, right now, reading this. The universe is setting up a massive destiny detour, and for Earth signs like you, rooted, disciplined, and legacy-driven, this could either catapult you toward your breakthrough or silently sabotage all the work you've been doing. From June 10th, 3 spiritual snares are showing up, cloaked in distractions, manipulations, and inner chaos. If you don't recognize them in time, they could delay your manifestations, disrupt your financial flow, and even cloud your intuition. But if you catch these traps early, if you stay grounded and alert, this period could become your cosmic U-turn back into divine alignment. So, listen closely. This video breaks down the 3 major spiritual snares trying to knock you off your path and how to dodge them like a spiritual warrior. Stick with me till the end, because the final snare is the sneakiest, and it's hitting Capricorns hard right now. Before we begin, drop a comment. I am aligned with my true destiny. Type it now to anchor this intention into the universe. Let's go. Snare 1. The temptation to prove yourself. Capricorn, listen closely because this is personal. You've been doing what you do best, working in silence, building brick by brick, sacrificing short-term applause for long-term legacy. You haven't been chasing followers, fame, or attention. You've been chasing real impact. But from June 10th to June 12th, something sneaky enters your energetic field. A trap, a snare. It doesn't look like an enemy. In fact, it may come disguised as someone familiar, someone who used to clap for you, or someone who knows your weaknesses. But don't be fooled. This spiritual snare will try to trigger your deepest desire to be seen, understood, or validated. It will whisper, "Don't you want them to know how hard you've worked? Don't you want to prove that you're not the one who failed? Don't you deserve to be heard right now?" And suddenly, you're not building anymore. You're explaining, you're reacting, you're proving. That's the trap. Signs of the validation trap. Here's how this snare might show up over these few days. Someone questions your path. Maybe a family member says something backhanded about your career or finances. A toxic ex or jealous friend reappears, trying to suck you back into drama or comparisons. A shiny opportunity arrives, but it's really a test to see if you'll choose validation over values. Suddenly, you feel the urge to explain your life decisions, to list your credentials, to show how far you've come. You feel triggered, like you have to prove you're not failing, that you are in fact thriving. But here's the truth. The moment you start explaining your greatness to someone who's not aligned with your destiny, you leak your power. You shift from creator mode into defense mode, and when you're defending, you're not building. Your cosmic assignment: stay silent and stay focused. This snare is really a mirror. It reflects the part of you that still wants recognition, that still wants to be seen. And Capricorn, there's no shame in that. You've carried so much alone. You've been misunderstood, underestimated, and overlooked. You've watched louder people win faster, even when they lacked substance. But this detour isn't about them. It's about you not getting distracted by their noise. Your calling is too sacred for explanations. Your destiny is too divine for debates. The most powerful version of you doesn't respond with words. They respond with results. So what should you do instead? Ignore the bait. Not every comment, call, or offer deserves a reply. Protect your energy. Silence sends a message the ego never could. Double down on your purpose. The next 7 days could produce a miracle if you stay in alignment. practical tools to escape this snare. Want to stay ahead of this trap? Here's your cosmic toolkit for June 10th to 12th. 1. Morning grounding ritual. Start each morning by repeating this powerful affirmation. I do not chase validation. My value is non-negotiable. Visualize a golden circle of protection around you. Nothing enters without your permission. 2nd, energetic audit. Ask yourself, is this situation draining me or fueling me? If it drains you, disengage, even mentally. Don't let someone rent space in your head when they can't afford your light. 3. Replace reactivity with redirection. When you feel the urge to respond to criticism or shade, redirect that energy into your next move. Let your next product, post, project, or pivot speak louder than words. A deeper truth, the ego's final trick, Capricorn. Here's the twist. This snare isn't really about them. It's about your own ego's final whisper. I need people to see me win. But you don't. Because your victory isn't dependent on applause. It's written in your vibration. Your soul already knows. You were never meant to be understood by the masses. You're meant to shift legacies silently and let your lineage speak volumes. The ego wants revenge. The soul wants peace. Choose wisely. Let's talk about it. Your turn. Has someone recently questioned your value? Have you felt the urge to prove something to people who don't even deserve your attention? Drop a comment below and share your experience. Say it loud. I choose peace over proving. I'm building, not begging. Your story could help another Capricorn snap out of this trap. Remember, you don't have to defend what's divinely guided. What's meant for you will recognize you. No explanation required. Next, we'll talk about the 2nd snare, the urge to control everything, and how that can block your blessings. But first, take a breath, Capricorn. You're doing better than you think. Snare 2, over-controlling the outcome. Capricorn, deep breath. This next part is going to hit close to home. Because let's be real, you're the master of structure, the keeper of timelines, the architect of long-term visions. While the world chases trends, you build legacies. But from June 12th to June 14th, your carefully crafted blueprints are going to feel like they're crumbling, like the universe is laughing at your checklist. And let's get one thing straight. It's not punishment, it's preparation. This is a spiritual snare disguised as delay, but in reality, it's a divine detour calling you to surrender. What you might experience. Here's what could show up during this window. Your results slow down. You've been working hard, but nothing seems to be moving. A business or career situation goes sideways. Something unexpected forces a pause or shift. A financial decision feels foggy, even though it looked safe. Now you're unsure. You feel stuck in limbo, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, like you're on the edge of something, but it won't arrive. That's when the temptation kicks in, to push harder, to micromanage people and outcomes, to force clarity instead of allowing divine timing to unfold. But here's the cosmic truth. Control creates resistance. Surrender invites miracles. Why control is the ego's last stand, Capricorn? You've spent your life believing that hard work equals results. You've trusted systems, routines, and structure, and it's served you. But this current energy, it's not about doing more, it's about receiving more. And that can only happen when you release the grip you have on how, when, and where the blessing should arrive. Yes, your mind will scream, but I made the plan, I have the checklist, I've done everything right. But your soul whispers, let go. There's something better, something bigger, but you won't see it if you're busy controlling Plan A. the spiritual lesson. Trust the divine timeline. This isn't just about outcomes, it's about your relationship to timing itself. The universe is calling you to soften, to breathe, to believe that even if it looks delayed, it's still destined. Let these words anchor in your spirit. Surrender is not weakness, it's sacred wisdom. Your energy is magnetic when you're grounded in trust, not tension. And Capricorn, let's be honest, tension is starting to show. Your shoulders feel heavier, your jaw is clenched. You've been waking up with a list instead of a sense of peace. This is your sign to pause and recalibrate. Your soul work, how to loosen the grip. Want to navigate this detour with grace? Here's how. 1. Create space for flow. Carve out 20 minutes each day between June 12th to 14th to do nothing. Just sit, breathe, listen, don't plan, don't scroll, just be. When you create space, insight enters. Second journal on June 13th. Write these affirmations over and over. I release the timeline. I trust the flow. I am supported. Let these words reprogram your nervous system. You're not behind. You're right on time. Just not your time. Divine time. 3. Use this mantra. When you feel the urge to control, I am the vessel, not the driver. The path is unfolding even when I cannot see it. Repeat this out loud when your mind spirals. Speak it with authority. Let your higher self answer the fear. A deeper truth, control is rooted in fear. Let's talk shadow for a second. Control doesn't come from power, it comes from fear. Fear of failure, fear of disappointment, fear that the universe won't come through unless you stay in charge. But Capricorn, you are not alone. You are not unsupported, and you are not the only force in this equation. Your ancestors, your guides, your higher self, they are moving the puzzle pieces. Just because you can't see them doesn't mean they're not working behind the scenes. And if you force the pieces together too soon, you'll miss the magic. Let's reflect. Drop this in the comments. Has something recently not gone according to plan in your life? Did something fall apart just as you thought it was coming together? Drop a comment. I release control. I welcome divine timing. Let's co-create a space where surrender is celebrated, not feared. Your words may help someone else let go with grace. We're all in this cosmic waiting room together. And sometimes that pause before the breakthrough is where the biggest realignment happens. Final reminder, Capricorn, the plan isn't falling apart. It's falling into place. You're not failing. You're being rerouted. What's on the other side of surrender will blow your mind. Don't cling to the version of success you think is meant for you. Let the universe surprise you. Next up, we'll explore snare number 3, the illusion of isolation and how it can silently derail even the strongest Capricorns. But for now, breathe, trust, and stay in the vibration of receiving. Snare 3, isolation disguised as strength Capricorn. This is the final and most dangerous spiritual snare between June 14th and June 15th. And the reason it's so dangerous? Because it looks like strength, it feels like power, but underneath it is quiet self-abandonment. You've always been the strong one, the reliable one, the one who carries the weight of others without ever asking anyone to carry yours. You've learned to be the provider, the protector, the planner. And somewhere along the way, you told yourself, I'll handle it alone. It's safer that way. But Capricorn, that isn't strength anymore. That's spiritual isolation. And it's silently suffocating your next breakthrough. What this snare looks like. During June 14th to 15th, you may notice you're withdrawing emotionally, even from people who love you. You feel misunderstood, like no one gets your journey or your purpose. You're too exhausted to explain what's wrong, so you just keep going. You avoid collaboration, feeling like, if I want it done right, I'll do it myself. And slowly, you begin to cut off the lifelines. That's the trap, the lie of self-sufficiency. Here's the dangerous lie this snare whispers. No one understands me anyway. I don't need anyone. They'll think I'm weak if I ask for help. I'd rather just do it myself. Sound familiar? Capricorn, this is not your soul talking. This is your survival mode. A defense mechanism built from years of being let down, misunderstood, or made to feel like you were too much or too responsible for others. But let me tell you something raw and real. Isolation is not strength. It's a trauma response, and it will block your blessings faster than any hater ever could. The spiritual truth, you were never meant to do this alone. Capricorn, you were born with a legacy to fulfill, but not a prison to build around your heart. Your next step, your next opportunity, your next miracle. It might not come from a spreadsheet, a strategy, or your inner monologue. It might come from a conversation, a collaboration, a vulnerable moment where you let someone see you. Because here's the real plot twist. The universe works through people. That one friend you've been avoiding texting back, that co-worker who keeps offering to help, that message you've been too proud to send, those are divine portals. And if you shut them down out of fear or pride, you'll miss out on the blessings they carry. Your soul work, reconnect intentionally. Want to break free from this trap? Here's how you reclaim your spiritual power. 1. Reach out before you need to. You don't have to be falling apart to ask for support. Send the message, schedule the call, open the door. The right people aren't there to judge you. They're sent to walk with you. Second ritual for June 15. Write, release, reconnect. Write a letter, yes, pen and paper, to someone you've emotionally distanced from, even if you don't send it. Speak your truth, then release it with this affirmation. I release the fear of being misunderstood. I open to connection. I am safe with love. 3. Engage in soulful conversation. Go deeper than surface talk. Ask someone, how's your heart today? Let yourself be asked the same. Healing comes from real connection, not performance. Capricorn, remember this. You've mastered strength. You've mastered silence. You've mastered solo survival. Now it's time to master connection. Because the next level of your evolution won't come through hustle. It'll come through healing. And healing requires others. You're not a machine. You're not a fortress. You're not a robot built to produce. You're a soul with a heartbeat, with a need to be seen, with a longing to be loved, not for your output, but for your essence. And here's what's wild. When you allow yourself to be held, the universe expands what you can hold. Final message before the portal closes Capricorn from June 10th to June 15th. The spiritual snares have been subtle but powerful. The urge to prove yourself, tempting you to seek validation. The desire to control outcomes, tempting you to resist divine flow. The tendency to isolate, tempting you to deny the very help you need. These aren't accidents. These are initiation moments, invitations to grow beyond your survival self and step into your ascended self. So the question is, will you stay in the illusion of strength? Or will you step into the truth of your power, which includes vulnerability, surrender, and support? Let's get real in the comments, Capricorn. Have you caught yourself pulling away from people lately? Do you feel like no one understands your path? Or have you recently opened up and been surprised by who showed up? Comment below. I release isolation. I welcome support. I am safe to connect. Your courage could unlock healing for someone else who's silently struggling. Capricorn, June 10th to 15th, is not about being perfect. It's about being present, being aware, and choosing alignment over ego, over control, and over isolation. You are standing at a karmic crossroads. One path leads to distraction and delay. The other? It leads straight to divine acceleration. So, what will it be? Re-watch this video if you need to anchor the lessons again. Trust that these challenges are not punishments. They're preparations. Your next chapter is too big for the version of you that still needs to people please, control, or isolate. Before you go, comment, "I choose alignment over ego, trust over control, and love over fear." Let's anchor it in together. I read every comment, and your words might shift someone's entire energy. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell. More cosmic insights are coming, and you don't want to miss your next download. See you in the next transmission, Capricorn. Stay grounded, stay divine.